Greetings and salutations, Internetonians, friends, countrymen, lend me your ear. How art thou? What's going on out there in the world? Jake Johnson here with Untethered Live. You're watching the chill stream, baby, on a Friday night. What's happening? I'm excited for the time being. Knock on wood. Lord willing, and the creek don't rise. It looks like I may have eased the issue with my computer. Although I'm looking at my screen right now and my lower third is stuck. So I'm going to try to turn that off before it freezes. Go away. Shoot. Hey, 420, what's happening, Caucasian? Long time no see, my brother. Kev, welcome to the world. Maybe that'll go away. Go away. Terrified. Anyway, I have spent the entire day. I didn't work today because we didn't have anything to do. So I spent the whole day tweaking my computer, removing things and tweaking settings and upgrading and updating and cleaning and anything else I could think of to do. April, how are you, sweetheart? And I've managed to get my OBS to run without freezing for the time being so far. If it crashes, though, what can I do? We just have to go on a wing and a prayer and hope it don't freeze on us. But I think I got it abated for the time being anyway. At least I might be able to get through chill stream anyway. I don't know if it's going to allow me to show words on the screen on Sunday, but we'll see. We'll work on it. Ever since the upgrades, Windows upgraded and OBS upgraded and Streamlabs upgraded, and ever since then I've had nothing but trouble. So I guess the world is moving beyond my technological prowess. But for the time being, I seem to have it handled. But it's a cloudy, overcast, sunset through the clouds kind of day, so, you know. And I also managed to finish one of the builds that I've been working on for a while. I'd like to introduce you to my latest creation, Blackie. I finished this today. This is a Super Strat. If you'll notice, it's got a 60s era PAF Gibson style pickup in the back and two Fender Player series pickups in the front. And she is hot. And I don't have it plugged in, but screamer. She's a screamer. So I finished that today. It's another build under my belt. That makes two this month. I didn't show you the other one, did I? But it's in a case right now, so I can't show it to you. But the other one's a Telecaster, bone in color, bone white. Beautiful. Very vintage style. Think you'll like it. I'm doing good. We're on our way to see Elton John. Yay! The concert isn't until Sunday night at the New Hard Rock in Hollywood. Woof. Good job on your build, Jake. Thank you, sweetheart. How are you? Good to see you. Welcome to the show. Yep, I'm proud of it. I've been working on that one about a month now. Finally got her done. It's my hobby. I build guitars. And then I torture my bandmates with them. But, you know, that's how I roll. Well, you know, if you're going to go see Elton John, Sunday is a terrible day to do it. But I understand. As long as you catch us up and be here on Monday, I won't complain about it. As a matter of fact, I'm a little jealous. I'd like to see Elton John too. Although I can play anything he can play, but still, he's much more famous than I. Kicking, but not too high. Amen. I know how that is. How is everyone? How's the weather where you are? It's a little overcast today. Not quite rainy, but a little sprinkly occasionally. Just wet ground, you know. It didn't actually, I never caught it raining, but it was wet outside every time I went out. So one of those days, a little foggy this morning, but not cold, kind of heaty. A little hot today, no heat. So that's good. I guess winter is getting over. And this guitar build here, I'm going to try her out this week. I think it's going to do a good job. It's one of my favorite builds. Most of the time, after I finish a guitar, I spend the next couple of months fighting with it to get the intonation right. This one just seems to be right, so we'll see. It was hot in Kinston. Yeah, kind of hot. Not quite sweaty hot, just hot enough you didn't want to have heat on. I got you. I've been piddling around most of the day. Tomorrow, I got a big day of floor tearing up to do. You love it? I kind of like it too. I'm proud of it. It's a good looking guitar. I'll show it to you again. You get the lights off of it there. There you can see it a little better. She's pretty. She's got my attitude, black and sultry. Look at that headstock. Classic Fender. Lovely. Here's the backside. Caucasian, what you been up to, brother? You're very talkative today. Been doing a lot of shows, I see. Did I lose you? Where are you at? Oh, yeah. I'm tickled about it. There's one thing I'm going to change on it, though. You'll notice that these are brand new pickups here in the body. See how they're white and everything else is kind of dirty looking? Well, I've got some of these covers that are real old and dingy looking. I think they'll look a lot better on here rather than these pearly white ones because it kind of goes against the rest of the cream. So I think I'm going to put some older pickup covers on it. But that's the only thing I'm going to change on it. I'm done with it other than that. Oh, well, be all secretive then. We don't want to know what you're helping Rachel do. Good to see you, though. And by the way, what's the deal with Jeff? He comes on the show, volunteers to come on and talk to me, comes on a second time. I ask him to send me an email so we can exchange information and set up a date, and I never hear from him again. What's up with that? How about call him and tell him to send me the damn email so I can get up with him? Or back out. Either way. But don't leave me hanging. That's not nice. April says, Laura, how's the other side of the fam? That's just Jeff? Well, that's not just me. You know him. Talk to him. He either wants to have a conversation or he don't, but I'm not going to sit around waiting, begging, please email me. Let me check my email every 5 minutes to see if he sent me the damn email. I'm a busy man. I got guitars to build. Look at this thing. Look at that. I built that. That's mine. Not another one like it in the world. Can you hear that? Anyway. I'm just joshing, man. I ain't got nothing else to do. It's a good day overall. I can't complain. I've had a good day. Not a lot of progress. A lot of congress, but not a lot of progress. Mr. Bossy. I'm not bossy. I'm just on a schedule, man. I'm just trying to get things done for my fans. Trying to put on a good show for you. I was planning on doing it tonight. It didn't work out because I never got an email. And this was last week when we were doing this, so I assumed there was plenty of time to set it up. Guess not. Anyway, Caucasian, if you would please give him a call and tell him to send me an email, or come on and tell me he don't want to do it, one or the other. It's all good. It's all good. Finished my song. That's done and ready to be recorded. Guess we're still hanging in there, April. Well, that's all you can do, right? Hang in or drop off. I know not in the same state I mean. I don't know what you mean by that. What are you referring to? I must have missed the comment. And I'm not going to futz with my computer and try to go back up and see it. I'm not going to do anything to piss it off. Kind of scared it'll crash on me. Where's my Diego at? It's about time for him to pop in. Did I see 420 earlier? I think I did. 420, are you here? If so, hello. I apologize if I didn't speak to you. I meant to. Getting older. Yeah. I've decided to quit shaving. I'm not going to shave anymore. I'm just going to be prickly. No reason to. I earned every white hair I got. Might as well show it off. There he is. Hey, 420, how are you, buddy? I didn't know if I spoke to you earlier, but I meant to. I saw your name, but I was in mid-thought. So, hello, how are you? Good to see you. Welcome to the show. Tell all I said hello, and I'd call, but I don't really care. That's not what it says. I'd call, but I don't know your phone number. I'm sure Mama has it, but I'm sorry I haven't kept in touch. We should more truly. We should keep in touch more truly. Comma, truly. 46. I'm 47 going on 90. I wanted to get older when I was 13. Now I want to go backwards. Yeah, if I would only want to go backwards, though, if I could bring my intellect with me. If I knew what I know now, then I would want to go back. Otherwise, I'll just stay where I'm at. Trust me, it's not nice back there. Sorry, Jake. Thanks for the correction. I'm just trying to read, that's all. I'm not correcting you. I'm just trying to get it in my head so I don't sound like an idiot when I read it. Yeah, right. Yeah, it's not nice in the old days. I don't really wish to go back there. I do wish to be younger, but not younger the way I was younger when I was younger. I basically grew up in a war zone. I got stories I could tell you that would make the damn internet catch on fire. Well, just certain seasons, that is. You know what I mean. Yeah, I do. I do. I like being older. I don't like being in more pain and being slower and fatter and more forgetful and lazier, but I like being older. I love you too so much. Well, y'all go ahead and exchange emails and then you got it. You're going to play us a tune. Well, I hadn't planned on it. I don't have much of a voice these days, but I can try. What would you like to hear? I've basically been relegated to backup singer in my own band because my voice has failed me. Can't count on it anymore. I have good days and bad days, but not good enough that I can count on it. How do I love you? Let me see. I love you like a lyric loves a melody, baby. Completely wrapped up in you. How do I need you? Can't you tell? I need you like a penny needs a wishing well, baby. Completely wrapped up in you. Every now and then when the world that I'm living in's crazy, I gladly hold you and carry you through. No one in the world's ever done what you do for me. I'd be sad and lonely. There were no you. How do I need you? Can't you tell? I need you like a penny needs a wishing well, baby. Completely wrapped up in you. Ba 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 ba. Ba 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 ba. Every now and then when the world that you're living in's crazy, I gladly hold you and carry you through. No one in the world's ever done what you do for me. I'd be sad and lonely if there were no you. There you go. Little Garth Brooks just for you. Now, I can't do Going Through Hell. It's a little too high for me. Sorry. That's all I could do to get that one out. Thank you. Keep trying. You might come on one I can do. Hey, American Texas, how are you? Unfortunately, my voice has failed. I'm no longer a singer. I'm just hanging on for dear life now. So I keep holding out hope that it'll come back one day, but I just don't know if I'm going to heal or not. COVID did a number on me. Do an original. I can do that. You want a brand new original, or you want a original, like an old school one? I wrote a song for American Justice there, and sent it to her as a jingle. And I kept noticing she hadn't used it yet. That's fine. But it's such a good hook, it kept staying with me. I said, oh, I got to finish that. So I rearranged it, reworded it, and wrote a song, whole song, called American Justice, but not the person, the word, the verb, not the noun. And I got a new one there. If you want to hear that, I'll play it for you. Anything I'm comfortable with. Who said I was comfortable? Sorry, my kids are making me lose my mind. Y'all gonna make me lose my mind. Up in here, up in here. Kids will do that for you. Mine made me lose my mind a long time ago. But I love them, though. Anyway. I'm singing with you, buddy. I'm singing with you. I need you to, because I damn sure can't sing anymore. Anyway, here's your song, Retooled My Way. Well, the law's in control and there's nowhere to turn. Yeah, do what he want, 'cause he got funding to burn. So keep your eyes wide open and stay behind the tape. Better not step out of line or make a legal mistake. Yeah, you lose your rights when the man gets the cup. That's the way it goes with American justice. Well, truckers lining up, but they ain't buying gas. They say, hey, Trader Joe, you can kiss my ass. Mandate's gone bad and I've had about enough. When I put my foot down, it's bound to get rough. Yeah, the line's in the sand and it's heating up. What's about to go down is American justice. It's all about forcing you into compliance. Yeah, the world's gone crazy and no one wants to take the blame. And you don't fit in if you don't follow the science. You know what I'm talking about. So you vax to the max and you wear that mask of shame. But I got good news, all you gotta do is read the Bible. It's been foretold that the good guys win the game. And at the end of time, we're gonna have a big revival. God'll change your brain just as soon as you adjust your mind. But the scoffers hide truth, walking after their lust. Mainstream media keeps lying to us. Joe Rogan's only one you can trust with your American justice. American justice, American justice, American justice, American justice. Here you go. What do you think? That's my latest cacophony of words. My drummer said, it's kind of wordy. I said, well, it is a song. You feel horrible now? Don't feel horrible, baby. I'm just joshing you. I don't care. I told you when I gave it to you. I don't care what you do with it. It's yours. It's your own version of it. It's got your own little personal touch to it. I just did what I do with it. So now you have yours and I have mine. And that's all there is to it. Don't feel bad at all, but I'm glad you liked it. Sounds great, Jake. You did edit it. And in a different way, sounds great. That's not editing, that's writing. Editing is on a computer. But yes, I did. And I will. And thank you. All I did was carry out the original idea into an entire song. Means the same thing all the way through, but and I used American Justice has a name, and that's her name. But the phrase American Justice is what we need right now. So it seemed apropos to put it out in the world. So there you go. I'm glad you liked it. I'm going to get it recorded possibly this week, maybe the end of next week. And then I'll put the full version out on the internet for all. And then I'm going to start releasing original songs on my YouTube channel as shorts. Might do a video to go along with them or whatever over the next few months till I get my whole catalog recorded and put out. So at least you'll be able to listen to them at your leisure. What'd you think, American Justice? You like what I did with it? You do write amazing. Thank you, ma'am. I appreciate that. I do write a lot. I don't know if it's amazing, but prolific for sure. Heated up in here in a hurry. Oof. How's your show going, American Justice? I noticed that you got a new thing going. What's it called? Want to plug it real quick? I ain't had a chance to watch it, but I did pop in a couple times. Say hello and hit the like button. Hello, where'd you go? Give me a minute to catch my breath and I'll play another old song, original. I like them all I've heard. Thank you. I probably have 20 originals that are ready to be played out. You know what I mean? I probably have 50 that aren't finished. There's a Diego. What's happening, brother? Good to see you. A little late, but you're here, and that's all that matters. How's your day going? American Justice, did you leave us? Diego says, hi, everyone. Hi, everyone. Hi, everyone. Great to be here tonight. No, she's on her way to a concert. The concert will be Sunday night, so she'll miss church, but she'll pick it up later. Glad to see you tonight. How are you, Diego? Want to see my latest creation? Look what I just built. I just finished that project today. And she plays like a dream. Well, maybe a nightmare, but she plays. But I've been on stage singing the greatest place to be in the world. Feels amazing. Yes, it does. It's almost better than drugs. Better than sex, for sure. It's kind of like sex in a way. By that, I mean, at the end of the night, you're drenched with sweat. You've got somebody else's fluids in your mouth, and you're spent. And if you don't feel that way at the end of a show, you're not doing it right. Here's a song I wrote a few years ago. This goes out to April. Take this, Elton John. Moonlit skies and fireworks. People laugh, people flirt all night long. But I just stare. So I went down to the local bar where people come in their fancy cars to play their game. But I just stare. But then I saw you sitting there all alone in that empty chair right next to you. I fell in love, oh baby. You looked down and you took my hand and said, boy, I hope you understand that not a girl that needs a man. Got my life and all my plans, and if you were there, you'd just be in my way. Girl, it ain't gotta be like this. I'd give you everything for just one kiss. I don't care what you say. Fell in love with you anyway. Oh, Elizabeth, you take my breath away. At that bar where we first met, you smiled at me and my palms got wet and I just looked away. You just stared. You said, been in love and it never works. I always end up getting hurt and I ain't doing that no more. There ain't no way. No, 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 no. You stood up to say goodbye, grabbed your hand with a tear in my eye, and you just looked away. I just stared. You looked down and you took my hand and said, boy, I hope you understand that I'm not a girl that needs a man. Got my life and all my plans, and if you were there, you'd just be in my way. Girl, it ain't gotta be like this. I'd give you everything but just one kiss. I don't care what you say. Fell in love with you anyway. Oh, Elizabeth, you take my breath away. There you go. That's an original song from me to you. Thank you, Jake. Love, all, beautiful. Yes. I am grateful. Who is beeping on me? Whew. I might have to turn the AC on. It got hot in here in a hurry. All them hormones raging. Whew. It's so sticky. I just hate it when it's sticky. I got the vapors. What's Kev doing? He's been awful quiet in here. I guess American Justin dipped out. Maybe one day my voice will come back and I won't be all scratchy and breathy. I do apologize about that. Ain't much I can do about it. But if you want to hear me sing, you're going to have to put up with it. He's driving. Ooh, I'm driving my life away, looking for a rainy day for me. Yeah, I'm here. I had a phone call. Well, you missed all the excitement. I played 2 brand new songs. And they both sucked. Beautiful song, Jake. Thank you, dear. I appreciate it. Maybe one day before I die, I can sell them all to somebody. I worked up a sweat on that one. But I'm glad you like it. I write for your pleasure. That's what I do. Maybe there'll be a new one coming out here soon. I've been writing a lot these days. I'll rewind it, Jake. Well, thank you, sir. You don't have to, but I appreciate you. No, they did not suck. I know. I was just teasing. I was teasing 420. He knows they didn't suck. I'm real excited to play this guitar this weekend, though. I can't wait. Put it through the paces. Crank up the volume. It looks good. The more I look at it, the more I like it. Might end up being my favorite build so far. Gotta go. But I will watch the rest later. I love you. I love you too. Have a good night. Thanks for coming by and supporting your local musician / pastor. Like the friendly neighborhood Spider-Man, only not nearly as friendly and not nearly as flamboyant or as young. So do I. Oh, Kevin loves the song Elizabeth, so do I. Thank you. That's one of my favorite ones too. And it's also the one that I wrote the quickest. It popped out of me in like 5 minutes, that song. Sometimes it takes me up to a year to write a song, depending on what it is and how deep it is. That one just jumped out of me one day. And as usual, I was trying to write something else, and that's what came out. So, good story anyway. But I had heard a bass line from the Bacon Brothers, actually, now that I mention it. It's a song called Gray Green Eyes. You know which one I'm talking about? Think about it. If you think about it, you go back and listen to that song, you'll hear the influence. I can't remember what the bass line to that song is. It's been so many years ago. But what I came up with to compensate is something to this effect. A little jazzy bass line. And that's the bass line for the song Elizabeth. If you can picture it, I'm going. Anyway, that song, Gray Green Eyes, inspired me. And I was playing around with the bass line to that song, and I came up with that bass line. And as soon as I wrote that bass line, that whole song jumped out of me. I was sitting in my car. I had just finished listening to the song, and I had a notebook in my lap. And I wrote that song in like 5 minutes, sitting in my car out there in the driveway. And there it is. It's based on a moment in time that I experienced 4th of July in the year 2000. I had just moved to North Carolina, and I went with my mom down to the Commons to see the fireworks. And after the fireworks, we stopped at this little restaurant called Main Street. And at the time, it's been 2 or 3 things since then, but at the time, it was like a Southern-style restaurant with mason jars as glasses and, red and white plaid tablecloths, the po' boys type thing. And we were sitting there, and a waitress walked in front of my view and made eye contact with me. And in that moment, I fell in love. We had a lifetime together. grew old together and died together. And just that moment, she was so beautiful. I mean, I couldn't even speak to her. It was just eye contact. That's all it was. And that touched me so deeply that a year later I wrote that song about her. Her name was Allison. Obviously, I changed her name to Elizabeth. How do I know that her name was Allison? Because I read her name tag when I was undressing her with my eyes. Anyway, I changed her name to Elizabeth, and there's history. That's the story of that song. So it's a snapshot of my life, as with all of my songs are. Yes, the Baker Brothers are a great band. I like their song 10 Years in Mexico. I really enjoy all their stuff. Yeah, they're a good band. It's kind of how my band sounds, actually, only a little heavier, a little more rock and roll than them. A little less, they're more beachy and I'm more rock and roll, but same kind of vibe. Cool, that's a great memory. Yes, it is. And I wonder if she felt the same way in that moment. Whatever it was touched me pretty deeply. I fell in love with her the instant I saw her. Never seen her again. I have no idea who she is or where she is. But it's one of the great loves of my life. Right there in an instant. Just a little. That's how deep Jake goes sometimes. Enough that I've been playing a song about her for the rest of my life. So, you know. If she knew that, she'd probably be offended by it. Such is romance. I've had that experience maybe 3 times in my life. One time was a whole lot more sexual in nature, though. I still have dreams about that moment. And my mom caught the whole thing on video. I was doing a frat party, one of the more legendary shows of mine. They wrote about this one in the newspaper. That'll tell you what kind of party it was. And they said that they caught me hanging off of rafters and pouring beer on people and screaming it and all kinds of running around naked. It was pretty awesome. I've got the newspaper clip around here somewhere. I don't know where it's at, though. But anyway, we were doing this show, and there were a lot of people. News Now Carolina might remember this story. He liked the sexual nature. Yeah. Anyway, we were playing this show, and there were like 900 people in this little hall. It was so thick that you couldn't even breathe in there. That's how many people were in this room. And I'm not exaggerating, by the way. When we finished the show, there were 2.5 inches of beer on the floor, like a river that we had to wade through to get out. And anyway, during the set, this girl jumped up on stage, mounted my leg, and started gyrating. And I mean, she was gorgeous. She looked like she just stepped out of a magazine. And I'm holding her while I'm singing. And like a secondary part of my brain is focused on her while I'm singing. I mean, the whole time I'm singing, I never let go of the microphone with this hand. Never let go of the words. Steady going. But this other part of me is eye contact with her. And we're having a full-on sexual experience right here on stage, in front of God and everybody, and the whole world just kind of disappears, and it's just me and her in the spotlight. You know, that's how I picture it. And man, it was fantastic. And anyway, the song ended. She hopped down. I couldn't go anywhere because I'm on stage. So I finish up the set, and then I run off looking for her, and she's done hooked up with somebody and took off. I couldn't find her. But that moment, one of the best moments of my life, in that brief little period, just out of nowhere, popped up, and she was awful generous, if you know what I mean. And I kind of miss those days. It was a regular occurrence for a while that somebody was getting naked when we did a show. And that happened quite often. But that was the best one by far. I won't even tell you about the girl with the horn. On my leg, that's correct. Full on masturbatory. And I'm pretty sure she finished. Yes, she was on my leg. I was wearing leather. She was wearing leather. You can imagine the rest. But my mom's sitting there with a video camera going, dear Lord. Mostly it was me getting naked. Yes, that's true. I remember. I've got pictures to prove it, too. Oh, please don't. Please don't what? Oh, mention the girl with the horn? Oh, trust me. It was quite an experience. She had a full-on horn. And I didn't see it. And everybody made quite the joke of me that night. Lots of juices. That's correct. I said earlier, you missed it, News Now, but I said, April said something about being on stage was the best experience of her life. And I said, yeah, it's a lot like sex in that at the end of the night, you're drenched in sweat. You got somebody else's fluids in your mouth and you're totally spent. And if you don't feel that way at the end of a show, you're not doing it right. And that's a fact. Jack. That's how we used to roll, ain't it? I do miss those days. How are you, News Now? I hadn't spoke to you since you got here, but how are you? Good to see you. Thanks for coming in. We're just strolling down memory lane a little bit, causing me to remember some old days. I got pictures to prove most of this stuff. If you ever want to see it, maybe one day I'll put together a collage and let you see what my life used to look like. I finished a new project today, News Now. Check it out. Look at that. You see that pickup in the back there? That's a 1960s model PAF from a Gibson. That's one of those pickups that came in that bundle of stuff that you bought. And these two pickups were in a box in one of those. These are, I assume, as best as I can tell, they're American Fender Player Series pickups. And this is from a Gibson PAF, which is very expensive, very good sounding antique pickup that I put in this body. I finished this project today. So that's a little treasure that came out of that haul that you got that day that you brought to the house. You know what I'm talking about. Anyway, I believe you. Well, I don't care if you believe me or not, honey. It happened. Trust me. But I'm glad you believe it. It's a good story anyway, huh? I remember this one time this girl got a hold of one of my drumsticks. Oh, yeah. I think I remember that too. I remember one time this girl got a hold of you on a nasty old couch out behind a redneck bar. I remember that too. That was quite funny, but not nearly as funny as Hollywood. All right, let me set the scene for you. We're playing a redneck bar, and it's an especially good night, so it's packed, you know. So when it's packed, we put on a really good show, you know, because we have the feedback and all that. End of the night, last song, we just finished playing Freebird, like 25 minutes of it, you know. And the last note, lights go down. I put my guitar down and I fall out on stage of exhaustion. I'm laying back on my monitor, right? The lights are out. Everybody's middling around. You know how they do at the end of a night. I have no shirt on. I'm pouring with sweat and laid back on my monitor like this. And this girl comes up. If she's 500 pounds, I don't know. She's 500 pounds at least. Comes over top of the monitor, titties in my face, to the point where I can't breathe and starts biting me on my stomach, like leaving teeth marks. You remember this? News Now? I'm flailing under her like this, trying to get her off of me, and the guys are just laughing at me because they think it's hilarious, and I'm suffocating here under the weight of this behemoth named Hollywood with a crooked eye. She's one of two. She's got a twin sister there, so they're double trouble. You know what I mean? And she's biting me like for real, biting me like trying to take some flesh with her. And I'm in full-on panic mode because I can't move. I'm pinned against my monitor backwards, and she's over top of my head with her titties in my face to the point where I can't breathe. I thought I was going to die that night, and they're just standing there laughing at me. I had teeth marks and everything. But good gracious, I'll never forget that woman. Hollywood! That's what she called herself. Whew. That was at Papa Joe's in Wilson, North Carolina. Could have been my last stand. I told her to keep my sticks. Oh, I told her I keep my sticks in my pants. I got you. Good times. Yeah, you remember that? I do. Jesus, kind of hard to forget. Diego says, I'm back. I didn't even know you were gone. You just missed a good story. We had to go back and check it out. But yep, that was quite the night that night. If I sit and think about it long enough, I could probably come up with 5 or 6 stories like that. But the girl with the horn in Hollywood are probably my 2 favorite stories, or most terrifying moments. Yeah, I got it. News now. I got it when you said it. Dirty old boy. The whole Ukraine thing is ramping up here on the news. Yep, it sure is. Don't know what to think about that. Honestly, we're in new territory here, so just have to remain still and hope that it don't get any worse. I've been following it since the morning. I'm not interested. The world's hard enough. I don't need to hear about somebody else's problems. When it becomes our problems, then I'll pay attention to it. That's a penis joke, I know. There are girls in here news now. But yep, it's a penis joke, all right. It's also probably a true story. If your experiences were anything like mine, I'd say it probably is. Slot of Christian channels on YouTube that I'm subscribed to are offering prayer services for our Ukrainian brothers and sisters. I'm sure they need it. And as I don't know any of them, I will just refrain to saying, be it your will, Father. That's all I can say. I remember a time when there was so many girls climbing on you, you couldn't play drums anymore. I remember that. All I could hear back there was a little smattering of a kick drum. He was hanging on for dear life. Toop, 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 toop. Keep on playing. Like 25, 26 girls on stage, all of them half naked. I do remember that. Actually, I think that was the same show as the girl with the leather pants. Diego. I really wish you wouldn't try to hit me with loaded questions. Of course, I think Biden has everything to do with it. You know that already. Everybody knows my position on this. There's nothing I can do about it except watch it, just like you. Jake was born 4 months before the Vietnam War was over. That's probably true. Seems like longer because I remember it was all on TV when I was growing up. Everything seemed to be green for a long time. Magnum PI always had something about the war, and MASH and all these different war shows. But yes, Biden is completely to blame for what's going on. If Trump was in office, this shit wouldn't be happening, and everybody knows it. Why? Because Trump would not have put up with that shit. And everybody knows it. And I promise you that when the elections come, it's going to be expressed. Yeah, that Vietnam War was a mess. That's another war we shouldn't have been involved in. Hopefully, there's somebody with some common sense in the White House that will keep us out of it. But we don't need to get involved in this problem. It's none of our business. Unless he threatens America, we shouldn't say a word about what's going on over there. That's their problem. They've been having it for years. But the people in charge don't have a lot of common sense. So I imagine we're probably going to be right smack in the middle of it before it's too long. Might even start World War III. Who knows? Vietnam ended the same year as Nixon in 74. Okay. I remember when Elvis died in 76. I heard that on the radio. I remember a story about 4 guys from Vietnam who were accused of stealing. They escaped to the LA underground, and now they survive as soldiers of fortune. And if you have a problem, and if you can find them, you can hire the A team. Da, 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 da. Da, 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 da. Sorry. It don't have anything to do with us. I don't understand why we keep on talking about it when it has nothing to do with us. Well, because there's a whole lot of money in war. And this regime that is running our country is all about the war. They are monsters. They have no concern for anybody but their own selves and their own pockets. And they will do anything to make that end goal of all the money, including sell America out and destroy everything we have going for us, as if it isn't already obvious. What bothers me is that it's taken the people on that side so long to figure it out. Now people are actually starting to switch sides because they're starting to see it. I've been seeing it since I was a kid. I wouldn't call myself a Democrat for nobody's money because them people are monsters. Yes, there are some good liberals in the world. Very few these days, but there used to be plenty of them. But they are war hawks. and they cause a lot of problems. He died in 76. I'm pretty sure of it. But you might be right. Somewhere in that area. I remember it anyway. I think I was 2. We were in a white Chevrolet Impala. Nope. Chrysler. Right. Plymouth. That's what we were in. White Plymouth. Same car my mom wrecked a year later. Financial impact. Yes. Kevin just said that. Yep. These people are monsters and they will destroy America. And by the way, as I've told you on Sunday and Monday, we are squarely smack dab in the middle of the end times. This is all foretold in the Bible. All of it, including the Red Scare, which is what Russia is. So fully expect us to go to war with them, because the Bible foretells it. It'll either be Russia or China. Both of them go by that red color. One of those two are going to be our enemies at one point. And that'll be before Armageddon, but not far before it. Unfortunately, that's just the times we live in, and there's not really a whole lot we can do to stop it. The good news is, as my song says, it's been foretold. The good guys will win the whole game. But the game has to be played. So what comes next is probably going to be tough. Right about Elvis? You are right about Elvis? You might be. I don't know. I was thinking it was 76, but it might have been 77. Either way. I was 2. My memory's good, but it ain't that damn good. But I remember the guy talking about it on the radio. And I remember everybody crying about it. And me thinking, who's this Elvis guy? Unfortunately, though, if Biden has his way about it, we'll be in war with them. I kind of expected Hillary to put us in war with Russia if she won. But looks like Biden's going to do it for her. And if you'll go back and look at my podcast from that time, from the original version of this podcast, we did an election special. I don't know if you remember it or not. I was popping up flashes of Hillary with pumpkin eyes. I said on that podcast that we were going to be in war with Russia as soon as she got elected. So I had a little bit of predicting the future there. Will you get that for me, please? It's a shame because that's a cool name, but they got to go. I believe I'm going to have to turn my AC on. I think it's raised 10 degrees in here. Excuse me. You remember it 3. I remember it 6 months old, baby. When I was 6 months old, I had an operation for double hernia. I remember the room I was in. I remember being in an incubator. I remember what the doctor looks like and the layout of the room. And I have since asked people that were there about it, and they concur that is a real memory. I was there at 6 months old. The room I was in was a little corner room. There was a door here and a door here, kind of like a U. It's like a utility closet almost, and there was a doctor's office on that door and a hallway on that door, and my incubator was in the corner of that little tiny room. And I remember looking out of it, watching the doors and watching people walk in and out and so forth. And my mom and my sister both told me that was a correct memory. I'm 6 months old and I remember that. So that's how far back my memory goes, as far as I can tell. Cool. Who's going to be on your show? Sasquatch. And will you please call or send an email to Jeff and have him contact me? Give him my email address. Was Watergate in 74? I thought it was earlier than that. Interesting. Anyway, that's yet another war we should not have been involved in. Living history's mysteries. Interesting. If I'm able, I'll pop in and check you out. Sounds like it's going to be interesting. Haha, I'm older than you are. I was born December 10th, 1974. I was born, there was no such thing as a VCR or a cassette tape. Or a Walkman. That's how old I am. No such thing as cable TV, no iPhones, no internet. Well, there was, but it was called ArcNet and only the military used it. Kevin said Nixon resigned in 74. I don't know that stuff. I don't really either. I mean, I was there. I remember details, but I don't remember years and dates. I'm not good with those kind of things. That's why I have a Diego, because I can't remember dates and times, and I remember details. I was watching an amazing 2-part documentary about 8 U.S. presidents who fought in World War II and how their experiences in the war forged their political decisions and their presidential terms. Interesting. Stalker. Ain't that sweet? Hey, folks, let me try this and see if I don't crash. Won't you guys do me a favor while you're here and hit that subscribe button and press the bell icon so you get notifications of when I'm going to be online. Smash that like button. Smash it hard. It's free. It's right in front of you. It takes no effort at all, and it really does help the channel with the algorithm, so there's no reason not to. Share this video with somebody you love. Better yet, share it with somebody you don't love. Bring them into our family. Make them part of the fold. Be part of their solutions, not part of their problems. Leave a comment down below and let me know what you're thinking about. Question me, curse me, bless me, challenge me, confront me, conform with me, drink my Kool-Aid. Drink your own Kool-Aid as long as you're thinking critically. That's what I want. And hey, if you love what I'm doing here and you can see the value in what I'm trying to create and you'd like to be part of it, or if you'd like to tip the musician or just pat me on the back and say, hey, nice job, Jake, won't you consider supporting the channel by going to paypal.me/JakeJohnsonBand. Every little bit helps. It really is a win-win. It's a blessing for me. It's a blessing for you, too. God notices these things in this world we live in, reciprocal as it is. With that, I will round out this video by finishing out your questions and comments, and thank you for your support. We made it. I didn't crash. That's awesome. I think I figured it out, at least for now.